We need people back in the city.
We haven't had any tourists. This must be the first summer we haven't sold a copy of Ulysses, I think, which would usually be flying off the shelves.
We're not making any assumptions about our survival. We really are taking it one day at a time, 1 week at a time.
I chose 3 places: Simon's Place, Books Upstairs and Hodges Figures, because these are places that are important to me. These add value to my life. If they were gone, the city would be devalued, but my personal life would be devalued. I would be the worse off for it. So just to make that conscious decision that I'm going to try and help these businesses through the next phase, so that when we all come out of it, which we will, they'll still be here. And you know, the Joni Mitchell song, you don't know what you've got till it's gone. We all don't want to be in that situation going, oh, isn't it a shame that Simon's Place closed? Gosh, it was such a brilliant place. Our Books Upstairs, I mean, it's such a legendary place, and now it's gone. We don't want to be, I don't want us to be in that situation.
I do think it's a really good idea, because personally I think it would be very sad to lose too many of the small independent shops which really make a city and make the character of a city. Dublin, like so many cities, is becoming, I think has been becoming more bland as time goes by. In general terms, we're running at about 50 to 60% of what we were doing before that, and what we've been doing for many years before that.
Even just as a punter myself, I kind of like the idea, and then in terms of actually being suggested as a place that you might do that, that's what really means a lot to us at Books Upstairs, and we really, yeah, gosh, sure, like, hopefully people will, you know, take that on and just try to be conscientious shoppers, just to sort of really think about where you're spending your money. We've been open, but of course it's been a completely different experience to what you'd expect of a summer normally. Business is way down. I'd say we're probably at about 50% of what a normal summer would look like. We're quite concerned about Christmas. You know, the run up to Christmas would be, you know, the bread and butter for most retail. It is a concern that, you know, well, to what extent are people going to, you know, gradually pick up their visits to town and, you know, their regular shopping.
There's also an opportunity in a time like this to think about the kind of city that you want to come out of a crisis like this. So, you know, they might not be the shops that you actually do frequent on a weekly basis, but they might be the shops that actually you realise if they were gone, you would feel really, really sad. You'd feel like there was a real loss in the city. We believe that bookshops really contribute, you know, beyond just regular retail. We believe they contribute in a cultural sense to the intellectual life of a city.
The overwhelming response on social media was, this is actually doable. This is not hard, and everyone can do this, and it gives, I think, you some sort of control over what's going to happen to the future of your local area or your city or your town.